What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Keni Wahid, aka Keni Wahid, and today's topic is hilarious. We're gonna talk about top 10 the most dumbest criminals of all time. Make sure to stay tuned till the end, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe for more videos coming up. Let's dive into it. Number 10, Magna. On a sunny day in March, Magna, a 17-year-old boy in Omaha, Nebraska, decided to stick a gun in the face of a woman who was taking her son to school, demanding that she give him her car. She of course obliged, and the boy was about to take off when he realized the car had a manual transmission which he was unable to drive. He tried to fumble around with the controls, but after moving the car only a matter of yards, in a few minutes he decided to bolt on foot, but he was eventually caught by authorities. Number 9, Derek Musley. Planning is hugely important when trying to pull off a crime, and it's essential to the success of the act that very detail be well thought through in advance. But Derek didn't place very high importance on these things before he decided to rob a gun store, armed with only a baseball bat. Seeing as it was a gun shop, the manager pulled a gun on the would-be robber and kept him in the crosshairs until authorities arrived. Number 8, Joy Miller and Matthew McNally. These men were behind likely the worst and least thought out disguises in the history of crime. When committing their misdeed, they didn't use the mask, hoods, or gloves typical of most criminals, but instead chose to draw on their faces with permanent marker. While it may have made them hard to recognize during the crime, permanent marker is, as the name suggests, notoriously hard to remove, which left the men extremely easy to identify when the police were looking for them. The dumb stunt earned the nickname Dumb and Dumber. Number 7, Mark Smith. Breaking into homes can be tiring work, but most criminals are smart enough to wait until they get home before taking a nap. Not Mark Smith though. In '07, Smith, who was high on Valium and drunk on vodka, decided to break into a home since he was likely feeling the effects of the drugs and alcohol he had consumed, core up for a nap in the homeowner's bed. He was woken up by the local police and sentenced to 18 months. Number 6, Klaus Schmidt. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Anyways, in August of 1995, a man in Berlin decided to rob a bank with a handgun. Now, this acted out like a pretty standard bank robbery until the tellers asked him, "Do you need a bag?" To which Schmidt responded, "You're damn right. It's a real gun." This made it obvious to the tellers that the robber was deaf. With this new realization, they sounded the alarm, which notified the police, while Schmidt was none the wiser. In a funny twist, Schmidt later sued the bank for apparently abusing his disability. Number 5, James Blankenship. While attempting to break into and rob his own mother's home during broad daylight, James got spotted and went to hide in the crawl space. When apprehended by police, James was extremely stunned because he didn't think it was possible to be arrested for burglary during the day. That's right. This guy thought he could not be arrested because it wasn't nighttime. Number 4, Darian Kempton. One of the keys to success when completing a burglary is to pick the right target. The best target is likely an empty house, while pretty much the worst possible target would be a house full of police officers. Well, the latter is exactly what Darren decided to choose. The house he has selected as his target was already burgled earlier in the evening, and police officers were already on the scene when Darren tried to break in. Also, Darren tried to rob a separate house earlier in the day, but cut himself and fled. However, he left a trail of blood at the scene and could therefore be identified in that crime too. Number 3, Robin Zorat. In 2008, an 18-year-old man named Robin attempted to rob a muffler shop in Chicago. After demanding money, he was told that most of the cash was stored in a safe that could only be opened by the manager, who wasn't scheduled to come until a few hours later. To have himself some trouble, Robin left his cell phone number for the store to call him back once the manager arrived. Of course, the store first called the police and then called Robin back. When he came back and noticed the police were waiting for him, he engaged in a brief shoutout with the cops before eventually being arrested. Number 2, Albert Bailey. In 2010, Bailey and an unnamed person decided to rob a bank in Fairfield, but in an attempt to speed up the process of the crime, Bailey called the bank in advance to let them know that they were coming to rob it. His obvious intent was to give the bank plenty of time to get the money ready so he could just pick it up and leave quickly. Of course, the bank decided to call the authorities and notify them of the robbery's arrival, and the two men were arrested by police without incident. Number 1, Dennis Hikins. The dumbest criminal out has got to be Dennis, a 48-year-old man who tried to rob a bank. Hikins clearly didn't get the memo about needing a good disguise that can quickly blend into the crowd after the crime, as he chose a woman's blonde wig, fake breasts, and bright clown pants. Even worse still, in his failed attempt to pretend to be a woman, he didn't even take the time to shave his facial hair, as if the man wasn't noticeable enough. He drew even more attention to himself when he tried to steal a car from a nearby gas station, where the attendant then called the police, who apprehended Dennis soon after. And there you have it, folks. Thank you for watching this video. Please let me know down below in the comment which video you think was the most unbelievable ones. If you like this video, like and subscribe and share with friends and family for more videos coming up. Have a good one.